Strongly opposed over the crisis in Ukraine, the United States and Russia are engaged in one of their most contentious diplomatic challenges for decades. US Secretary of State John Kerry has said that nothing justifies Russian military intervention in Crimea. He's set to meet Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov on Friday in the UK. With tensions running high, many analysts are likening Washington and Moscow to players in a chess game with echoes of the Cold War. A match in which Ukraine is increasingly being seen as a pawn in a geopolitical battle for influence. Earlier this week, hope looked bleak for constructive dialogue between the two powers when Kerry cancelled a trip to Moscow. In Sochi, Lavrov sat down with Russia's President Vladimir Putin, and neither minced their words. I asked you, according to the request of the American side, to invite Secretary of State John Kerry, who wanted to come to Russia to continue consultations. He agreed previously, but called me back on Saturday and told me he'd like to postpone the trip. Did it mean relations were breaking down? Apparently not. 2 days later, Kerry announced that a meeting would in fact take place, not in Moscow, but in London.
President Obama has asked me to leave tomorrow evening and fly to London to meet with Russia's Foreign Minister, Sergei Lavrov, on Friday, and I will do that.
Even before the Ukraine crisis, the US-Russia relationship had been notably cooler since Putin's return to the presidency in 2012. Despite the fact that Obama's administration had started their first term 3 years earlier, hoping to reset relations with Moscow, even trying to say the word in Russian.
You are very welcome. We worked hard to get the right Russian word. Do you think we got it?
You get it wrong.
I got it wrong.
It should be перезагрузка. And this says перегрузка, which means overcharge.
5 years after Hillary Clinton's gaffe, it looks like there could have been a grain of truth in the inadvertent joke. Overloaded rather than reset seems to be a more fitting description of today's tension between Moscow and Washington.
Sandwich.